Hey guys, Francois T here. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to be getting to this live chat for the latest episode of Pretty Little Liars, Season 7, Episode 17. So much went down, and I feel like we have so much to talk about. So if you're in the room, say hi. I will definitely give you a shout out. If you watched my review a little earlier on today, you would know that I was all kinds of distraught after the whole Mona thing. I have taken some time to calm down, which I'm sure you've noticed. I'm a lot calmer now than I was. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about what has been happening, because so much has been happening. Alofa says, been waiting for you. Oh, well, I'm here. Hi. Thank you so much for joining us, Alofa. Big shout out to you. Skylar's in the room. And she says, Skylar from New York here. Hi, Skylar. Thanks for your comments, girl. It was totally awesome. Maria Ann is here. Hi, Maria Ann. So, yeah, say hi. Let me know that you're here and say I will totally give you all a shout out. I'm still sort of mourning the loss of Mona just a little bit. Yeah, I feel like we're all gathered here today to mourn the loss of someone who is no longer 18. But who knows? I mean, anything could happen, right? We've got to stay positive in this life and in this world. And I mean, you never know what's going to happen. But thank you all for your wonderful supportive comments, for what happened with Mona. I feel like, you know, it was the big incident for me in this episode. But yeah, we did have a lot of other good things that happened. Hi to Rena. Hi to Megan. Hi. Skylander says, this is honestly a great time. I'm on my way to work. Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. Suze Blue says, hi. Hi, Suze. Alofa says that they're for that Loafer's from New Zealand. Oh, wonderful. Our neighbours. Tilly Ray says, I was hoping to finish your review of last week before live chat, but people at work won't stay out of my office. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, but I'm glad that you're here. We do have a lot to discuss, Tilly Ray. Lofa says, it is 1:02 a.m. Friday here in New Zealand. Well, there you go. Thank you so much for joining me then. Big commitment being in the morning. Tilly Ray says, yes, I watch YouTube at work, Southern United States here. Awesome. We are so glad that you could be here. So you guys, this is what I want to know. Like, I think what's getting me through this whole big reveal that Mona might not be AD after all, which is very hard for me to say right now, as I'm sure you can imagine, is I want to know what your theories are. Who do you think AD could be? Because I'd love to get on board with one of you guys and your theories. We've heard things about Melissa, which have been really, really interesting. I'd much prefer that over Bethany Young. I still think there's potential for Emily to be AD, but we'll have to see. I would love it if it was Jenna Marshall, but who knows? I do know that in my video, I wonder if any of you caught it, that I actually said Spencer Marshall. I was not referring to Spencer and Jenna both being AD, but hey, if that happens, I'm all fine with that too. Let's see what we have here. Tilly Ray says, yes, I watch YouTube at work. I think I already commented on that one. So yeah, tell me what your theories are. If you have any questions, comments, or thoughts, certainly leave them and we will get to them. But I feel like there were some filler moments in this episode. Certainly with the whole Caleb thing. Again, Caleb fans, I come in peace. I'm very happy for you with what happened. Don't think I'm not. I am. I just feel like a lot of what happened in this episode was overshadowed by my reaction to what's going on with Mona. So don't think I'm not happy for you. I really am. I feel like we can check that box and say Caleb is completely official and that's awesome. And now we've got to work out what's happening with Ezria, and if Spoby is going to happen. They've got 3 episodes, so what's going on there? But yeah, we've got some more comments coming in, so let's have a look. Maria Ann says, I think Mona is trying to find out who AD is and then we'll decide if she wants to help them or the liars. Yeah, very possible. I mean, you got to love that about Mona. Like, one moment she's all light and happy and the next moment she is very dark and shady. So you have no idea which way she is going to go. Someone sent me a link earlier today. If it was you, let me know so I can give you a shout out to Mona's ET interview. It was awesome. Thank you for sending it to me. It definitely made my day to see Janelle Parrish. I think it goes for about half an hour. So that certainly made my day. Thank you so much. Tokyo Fatisha's here saying, hi, Francois. Hi, Tokyo Fatisha. Thank you so much for coming. Megan says, if Mona isn't AD, she deserves so much better from the girls. She's helping them either way and just wants to be a part of the group. Yeah, look, exactly. Like, I think that's one thing that I can get on board with now. If I fully believe that Mona's not AD, then I would love it if she were a part of the group, and she does deserve so much better from them. Like, come on, Emily, what was with that reaction in the episode when you're like, this is not Trivial Pursuit? Like, I mean, seriously, come on. She's there to help you. Like, let her go. Let her help you, you know? Although she did want Mona to help her at the end of the episode, and for obvious reasons, Mona was all, I need my beauty sleep. So that was interesting, wasn't it? Skylar says, I was rewatching the CC reveal and it seems very rehearsed between her and Ali. Ali asks the questions the girls want to know answers to, and CC takes the blame for all the events Ali questions her about. Yeah, she totally does. So people have been saying in my videos and in chats before that not only that they feel like CC could potentially be lying, but also she could be omitting truths that we don't know. CC may not even be Charles. There's a lot of things that we need to factor in when it comes to CC. None of them really that would surprise me, because honestly with PLL I feel like absolutely anything can happen. Like AD is probably some magical demon that I don't know is in hell and will surface in the last episode. I mean, nothing will surprise me at this point with PLL. I have a little grudge against Marlene because of this whole Mona thing, but anyway, I will deal with that. Marissa's here. Hi, Marissa. Thank you for joining us. Morning to you. I think it's morning where you are. And yes, good evening to all the people that are in my time zone, Australian Eastern Standard Time. T. Lee Ray says, oh, I loved your idea that Jenna could be AD and getting the book in Braille was just one of her minions doing some grunt work. Thank you for referring to that, T. Lee Ray. Yeah, I certainly feel like it's a possibility, and part of that, my motivation for that is because I really would love to see Jenna be AD. So I was trying to connect it, going, well, how can we say she is, considering what she's been through? But I definitely feel like this could be the case. Like, I mean, yeah, I definitely feel like it could be. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Rena says, I think Melissa would make a lot of sense. I just really don't want it to be Bethany. Please no. Oh my God, I'm so with you. Not Bethany, or CC again. Exactly. Not Bethany, not CC, not on board with either of that. With either of those, unless they're the same person, but I still, even if they were the same person, don't want that to be the case. Rena says, I don't think Mary is AD unless she's a super liar. Lol. Yeah, exactly. I certainly don't think that Mary is AD. I felt all kinds of genuineness from her in this last episode. I have a lot of love for Mary, and I just thought those scenes with her and Spencer were really beautiful. And I'm glad that we finally got the truth on what was going on, because you guys were saying that Peter seemed all kinds of shady when he was telling Spencer about how Jessica died, and we don't know if we believe him. Well, you were right, so well done, guys. Alofa says, I don't know why, but Melissa is my pick for AD. Yeah, so Alofa, a lot of people are saying this, that they think it could be Melissa. I feel like there are a lot of connections. Someone has sent me a YouTube clip to check out as far as Melissa being AD is concerned. I have not seen it yet. I'm really sorry. I will be getting to it after this chat. I just haven't had a chance to get to it yet. Suze Blue says, I know what you're saying about Mona being AD, but I think it would be nice for her to be the hero for once and appreciate for how awesome she is. Yeah, look, I totally agree with you. If and that's the thing, as you guys know, all this time I've been all Mona's AD, like that's just it, guys. Like, I'm not changing my mind on this, but after this last reveal, I just feel like it's not going to be the case anymore, which is really sad. But now I can sort of look past that and go, well, if she's not AD, what do I want for her? And I certainly want Mona to have all the good things in life, and hopefully she will, and hopefully she doesn't die unless she goes down the blaze of glory, but we'll have to see. But yeah, it would certainly be nice for her to be the hero for once. And yeah, I mean, if everyone starts appreciating her, I would love that. Like, that would be a better ending for me than some really, y'all AD. But, we'll see. I have no idea who AD is. Just for the record, I am not a Twinster fan. So hashtag Francois is not a Twinster fan.com, because I'm not at all. I am not down with the Twinster thing. I hope it doesn't happen unless someone came up with an idea that Mona could have a twin, and we're seeing the good Mona, but there's also a bad one. If that works, that's the one exception to the rule. Otherwise, I am not on board with the whole Twinster thing at all. T. Lee Ray says, and I'm afraid that Mona is going to end up dying to protect the girls in some way. Yeah, look, I'm afraid of that too. The good news is, from this interview I was watching with Janelle, it sounds like Mona will be in the finale, which is good. But how long will she remain alive in the finale? Only time will tell. Rena says, me too, poor Mona. Yeah, exactly. I really hope it doesn't happen. And Suze Blue's saying, being not bend. I think maybe you're saying something else there, I don't know. And how not Joe. Sorry, new nails. Oh, that's okay. Sorry, didn't quite understand what you're saying there, Suze Blue, but hopefully we'll come back to that. Skylar says, also, did anyone notice in the flashbacks, Peter in the flashback told Mary the girls aren't here, as in Mary was possibly trying to see not only Spencer, but someone else. Strange, but I could be reading into too much. Yeah, I think it's possible. Certainly I do. I feel like she was there for Spencer, but if she could have been there for others as well, I don't know. But no, like, you certainly can't count it out. I like that, Skylar. Skylar says, also, I'm liking this Ren could be Charles theory. Okay, let's put it all on the line, you guys. As you know, I'm not a fan of Ren being AD, but I am totally fine with Ren being anything else. So if Ren is Charles and he's not AD, totally on board with that. That's fine. And as a matter of fact, I love it. But I just don't want him to be AD because he hasn't been around long enough. I mean, I feel like Jenna has been in there so much more than Ren. And I mean, that's saying something because she hasn't always been there, has she? I mean, I understand that Tammin was, having a baby and all of that. So I don't know if that's why Jenna wasn't there all the time, but she has been in there so much more than Ren has. So I would certainly prefer for it to be Jenna, but we'll have to see what happens. So Arena says, yes, and Mary looked genuinely scared of Jessica too. Yeah, she totally did, especially in the flashback. So don't know what was going on there, but I think it might have been connected to the fact that she figured they were going to kill her or something. But yeah, like, I definitely picked up on that. Marissa says, Mona also stayed because she had to know how it ended. We don't know what she heard or learned after the girls escaped during the CC reveal. That's a very good point, Marissa. We don't know what Mona found out because we were all about trying to rescue Ali. And honestly, like, I feel like I wish I had the option to stay with Mona because I so would have, because I did want to know more. I was so with her when she said, I gotta know how it ends. So it was sort of sad that we didn't get to see the rest, but maybe that was done for a reason. Skylar says, good point, Marissa. Yeah, exactly. Maria Ann says, Skylar, I felt the same way. Maybe she wanted to see how Spencer was being taken care of and if she got along with her family. Yeah, it's quite possible. Who knows? Nazrin says, hi Nazrin, thank you for joining us. Honey says, I made it. Yes, you did, honey. Yay, you made it. I'm so happy, you guys. You guys are so totally awesome. Oh, by the way, I think I've reached over like 180 subscribers, or I'm on 180 or something like that. That is awesome, you guys. Like, where did that come from? I can't believe it. So yeah, really, really excited about that. Thank you. Sarah says, sorry, Rena says, hi, honey. Yes, big hi to honey. Sarah says, hi, Francois. Can't stay as long this time, but popping in for a few. Thank you so much for popping in, Sarah. We really appreciate it. If there's anything you want to say, let us know. I'll get to it as soon as I can. And if I don't get to it before you have to leave, you can certainly look at the video once it's uploaded, but I do appreciate you being here. So thank you for stopping by. Jifa says, ciao from Sicily. Ciao. Ciao, Jifa. How are you doing? It's great to have you here. Suze Blue says, I was correcting my first comment as I'd done a typo. Fair enough. Thanks for letting me know. Kathleen is here. Hi, Mom. Hello there, I'm so sorry for your upset with Mona. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for feeling my pain. Hang in there, fingers crossed we won't be disappointed in the end. Yeah, look, I hope so, you guys, because my very next thought after this whole Mona reveal, which I strongly feel, and I think you guys agree with me, that this means Mona's not AD. If she is, I'll be very happy. But I feel like this means she's not AD. My very next thought was, oh my God, it's Bethany Young. Like, seriously, it has to be. Everyone's saying, like, everyone's being interviewed is saying, you don't get it right away, but then you end up getting it. So unless it's like a twin, which I don't want, or Bethany Young, which I don't want, like, yeah, I'm really freaking out. But thanks for telling me to hang in there. I certainly will. I'm doing my best. Ellen says, hi, am I late? What did I miss? No, you're not late at all. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know what's happening to my comments there. They sort of fell for a second. Give me one moment. No, you didn't miss much at all. We've basically just started. So anything that you want to talk about, let me know about the episode because a lot happened. Suze Blue, your comment's been retracted, so don't know what's going on there. Write it again. Honey says, I just got here too. Yeah, so great to have you guys here. Let me know what you thought of the episode. You know, a lot happened. I feel like we got the filler with Hala, but I feel like we're also checking the box, so that's good. I know I loved when Caleb stepped out of the shower, so I forgave that. But, you know, the rest was all a bit filler for me. Ashley was back. Woo! Great to have Ashley back. Yay. What did you guys think of the musical number? I'm glad it wasn't a musical episode, but I loved the fact that they have Mona singing. That was awesome. But I more looked at it as Janelle doing a performance rather than Mona, but that was just how I saw it. I absolutely loved it. Rena says, I believe Ren is definitely AD's main helper from the get-go. I don't think he's AD. Oh, very good. Thank you. But he definitely does things for them. Remember when Ren's script pad ended up in Spencer's purse? I do not remember that. Remind me about what happened there. The best memory I have of Ren is when he's talking with Mona and Mona corrects him on the spelling of the word diagnosis. And I started feeling a lot of shady things there during that conversation that they had. I definitely feel like Mona and Ren maybe had some sort of connection that we don't know about. Hopefully that is explained even if it's in the after school special. So Skylar says season 6 episode 11 is when AD was born. So I'm rewatching. There you go. I hope Mona gets a happy ending. Yeah, me too. There's a theory where Mona found Cece's body and threw her off the church to make it look like a suicide. You know what? If Mona's not AD, I hope she's the one that killed Cece, because at least we'll have some sort of big Mona reveal, and I would be happy that we at least got something for Mona. Skylar says to protect the girls. Yeah, look, it's very likely that that's why. Spencer H is here. Hey, Spencer H. And Spencer H says, Ren should be just Spencer's love interest who helps the liars with some information, not AD, not a helper, not anything like this, as he is absent since season 4B. Yeah, exactly. Like, I totally agree. I had no issues with him being with Spencer at all. I quite liked that, especially for at that time. But yeah, he's been gone for way too long. As you say, he's been absent since season 4B. So that's quite a while, you guys. So definitely. Tokyo Fetisha says, congrats. Thanks, Tokyo Fetisha. I appreciate it. I'm just continuing to be overwhelmed with the amount of subscribers that I have. So thank you very much. Elena says, so sad I have to go to work. Love you, Francois. I'll see the video later. Mwah. Thank you, Elena, for being here. She says, by the way, almost 200. Yeah, I know. I'm really excited about that. Like, I couldn't believe I got past 20, then I got past 100. If I can get to 200, that would be awesome. So yeah, thank you so much for that, Elena. Teely Ray says, oh yes, Suze Blue, I read a theory that Ren and Archer are brothers. Yeah, so I've heard of that. I have not seen the theory. If anyone has the link, put it under the video once it's uploaded, because I wouldn't mind having a look at that. Marissa S says, I feel like Bethany has to be dead because how many people can they bury in one night? Well, yeah, I mean, come on. Seriously, totally agree with you. Elena says, congrats. Thank you so much. Skylar says, Spencer H, agree. I'm hoping Ren is going to reveal answers, but not be AD. Exactly. Like, yay, Ren answers. No, Ren AD. Okay, Megan Rutledge says, I think Veronica Hastings is going to be AD. A lot of people have said this, and I actually love this theory. I would love it if Veronica was AD. I thought Veronica could have been Uber A when we had the CC reveal. So yeah, I will be totally down with Veronica being AD. Megan says she has the motive because of Peter always cheating on her and Ellie always manipulating the girls. She could frame Mary to look like the hero to Spencer. Very possible. I love your theory there. I really love that, and I would honestly be happy for Veronica to be AD. Suze Blue says, if Ren is Charles, then it would be that he is related to Spencer and kind of Melissa. Surely the show wouldn't go down that stupid road again. Perhaps Ren is related to Rollins. Yeah, look, we don't know, obviously, do we? That whole CC Jason thing that people are talking about, and it's true, like, I didn't even think about it, but when people started talking about it, I was like, oh my God, yeah, good point. So, you know, they might go down that road again. Who knows? I mean, can we really trust Marlene? Who knows? Perhaps he's related to Roland. Yeah, look, potentially. People have been suggesting that ever since the phone call with the English accent. So it is definitely a possibility. Sarah says, I love Mona. Yes, we totally love Mona. She has spunk, doesn't she, though? You got to watch the interview, guys, that she does with ET. Even Janelle has a lot of spunk, and she talks about her time as being Mona and all that, and it's just really awesome. Don't think she's AD. Yeah, I have to agree with you. And the music number was a bit weird, but Mona was great in it. Yeah, exactly. Like, I couldn't believe how random it was, but when I took myself out of the whole storyline and just went, you know what? For me, this is a performance by Janelle Parrish featuring Lucy Hale and Ian Harding, and let's just watch it from that sort of point of view. I loved it that way. I felt like it was a mini Janelle concert with one song, so I loved it for that reason. Ellen says, what I find weird is that nobody even blinked an eye when Cece introduced herself as Cece Drake. Very good point, I must say. Everyone knew the Drake twins, no questions, Peter, Jason, Jessica. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of strange, isn't it? Marissa says, this app made me think that AD is actually a group or two people. I would love it if it was more than one person, because it would be like reveal after reveal after reveal. So I would absolutely, totally be down with that. A good person and a bad person. Yeah, that would be interesting too. The good is pushing the ships, helping find answers, protecting the girls, and even helped from the start. I would be down with that. I would love that. So I hope that that's the case. T. Lee Ray says, I definitely don't think Ren will be AD, thank God. They have been way too obvious that he would have a major part in the plot twist of the finale for him to me. To be AD, I don't think Marlene would be that obvious. Well, let's hope not. And you guys, seriously, if Ren turns out to be AD, I don't care if he's in the next 3 episodes. This second half of the season, he's been back for a grand total of 5 minutes. So I am not on board with that at all. I would totally hate that. It's like, okay, Ren's AD, where the hell have you been? Like, no, I would not be on board with that. Honey says, okay, when Hannah went to get the shovels, she was told that he already came to get them. This makes me think that Mona has some sort of connection to AD, either on the team or helping girls. Yeah, totally. So I bought that when the guy said, you know, he came to get it. And then when I saw that Mona had the shovels, I mean, obviously my reaction was still in the mode of, no, why? No, Mona. But also, like, when I started thinking about it, I was going, hang on, wait, but he had the shovel, so why did she have the shovel? Like, it's definitely got my mind spinning at the moment, so who knows what all of this means. So it makes you think that, as you say, Mona has some sort of connection to AD, either on the team or helping the girls. Yes, certainly, it's very possible. What do you guys think? Maria Ann says, Ellen, I also thought the same thing. I'm sorry, I forgot what Ellen's comment was. Omar says, AD is more than one person. That would so be awesome, you guys. Like, imagine if we get a reveal of AD and then we get another AD. Like, that would just be awesome. I would love that. Sarah says, I have a feeling that they will all see how much Mona was on their side when she does help or save them. Like, she really does just want to be accepted, poor Mona. Yeah, exactly. Like, again, now that I don't think she's AD, I completely agree with you. I hope that's what happens, because she deserves that at the very least, right? Skylar says, also, who was the anonymous person that bought Toby's house? Oh my God, I forgot about that. Go you. Great point, Ellen. Did she know that was her mother? If so, why is she calling Jessica mum? Yeah, like that's, yeah, so I remember now the whole Drake thing. Yeah, I didn't get that either. Like, when we all worked out the whole connection of, you know, Drake and it's Mary and all this, when she ran over to Jessica, who was dead, who I hope was Jessica, why was she saying mum, mum, mummy? Like, seriously, it's not your mum. Your mum is Mary. And clearly you know this, because otherwise it's way too much of a coincidence to call yourself Sissy Drake. Like, I mean, come on. Jifa says, for a while until yesterday, I thought Veronica killed Jessica. I don't mind that. So are you saying because of what Mary said that you don't think that's the case anymore? Remember, in PLL, people lie. It's called Pretty Little Liars for a reason. Are you totally thinking this is not the case anymore? Or do you think that there's still a chance that's the case? Because I honestly could buy that, absolutely. I mean, she sort of stole her husband in a way, so I can totally understand that. Megan Rose says, what if Mona dies protecting the girls? My heart would break, so would mine. Prepare for the tissues. Kathleen says, so with all the emphasis they are putting on the sperm donor, I've lost you, give me one sec. With all the emphasis they're putting on the sperm donor, I can't help but think this person is important. Yes, I agree. Could it be AD? I don't think I haven't had the same thought. Yeah, like I know I keep saying AD is a female, but if there's two, I certainly would understand there's a female and a male, and if the male is the sperm donor and AD, I can see that happening, to be honest. I really wanted a girl to be AD, but why else are they emphasizing so? Yeah, exactly. Very good point. The saving grace for me is the theory you guys have of AD being more than one person, and I would absolutely love that. Rena says, I agree. I think it's going to be really sad when we find out how much Mona has really helped the girls. She may have been the first A, but honestly, her motive is so valid, they put her through hell. Exactly. Thank you, Rena. Like, from your lips to Marlene King's ears. Seriously, Marlene. Kathleen says, I love Veronica, but I really hate the thought of an adult being AD. Yeah, look, I can understand that. Why do you hate the thought of an adult being AD? I would love to know, because I feel like some people really want an adult to be AD, some don't, some are two-faced. So what's your reason behind that? I'd love to know. Skylar says, yes, Marissa, yes. Remember in seasons 1 to 3, there was an NAT team, A team, and Ali, Sarah, Cece team. What's to say Mona doesn't have her own team trying to figure out who's the AD team? It would not surprise me. Let's add to that the We Hate Ali Club, right? Like we've been talking about for the last couple of chats. So totally agree with you there, Skylar. Jifa says, I also watched a theory stating that the completed puzzle is actually a picture of two people meeting in private. Ooh. The photo is briefly shown at the end of the last episode in Mona's lair. Oh, it is? Oh my God, I have to go back and rewatch that. You guys know how obsessed I am with puzzles, so I have to go back and look at that again. Obviously, I was way too overwhelmed with emotion to look at everything, but I certainly feel like there will be a lot of clues. And what's with all the post-its around the poster of the game? If anyone sort of like paused it and looked at it, did we pick up anything from the post-its? Let me know, because again, as I say, I was way too overwhelmed with emotion to consider it, but I may have to go back and have a look. Marissa says, I want to go back and watch the musical number and see if there are overlaps with the episode done in the film noir style. Yeah, I think it's quite possible. I think Mona was saying something, or either Mona or the interviewer, but it came up, not Mona, Janelle, in the ET interview. Definitely, it's possible. When you do that, come back and let me know, because I'll be intrigued to see what you found out. Megan Rose says, maybe Marco is the relative of Maya. I would be down with that. Like, I'm totally fine with that. Yes, I have a lot of issues with Marco, and I still have several things I would like to say to Marco, but I would be down with him being the relative of Maya. That would be awesome. Interesting, guys, the interview that Janelle Parrish does with ET, something came up that I found very intriguing. They asked her what the saddest part of PLL was for her, and she said the saddest part for her was when Maya died. She said as much as she likes Emerson, she loved the whole Emily Maya thing. And obviously, you know, so a lot of us here feel the same way about Maya. I wonder if this is confirmation that Maya actually is dead, or if it's possible that she's coming back who knows? I mean, even with what Janelle's saying, she could be trying to throw us off the scent. You never know. So do you guys think that Maya could come back? Let me know. Sarah says, F Ren being AD, how boring. I so agree with you. Like, seriously? I mean, I wouldn't turn the show off because, I mean, it's the finale and, you know, we sort of need to get all the answers, but I would be very close to turning it off if it was Ren. I don't know if you guys watch tennis or not, but I know a lot of people say to me that they mute the sound when Sharapova plays. If I could turn on captions, if it was Ren, I would mute the sound. Like, that would be my that'd be the way I would do that. That'd be my protest. Okay, Skylar says, really Jifa much rewatch lol. Maybe the puzzle piece helps reveal AD. Yeah, maybe it does. Like, that's been my thought for a while now. I wonder if that is going to be the case. Rina says, who else is disappointed in Aria 2? Way too awful a friend. Yeah, like, totally. I think we all get why she is doing it, so I don't think we're saying that we don't understand what her motive is, but at the same time, like, I mean, come on. I think definitely all of the lines have been through so much that I feel like this is something that Aria definitely could have said to the girls, you know, look, there's a file out that I wrote about Ezra. I mean, yeah, like, seriously, I think it is rather awful. I agree with you. Marissa says, Mona definitely had a lair set up of some sort, but her reason is definitely a huge unknown, which is very true. We still don't know. We can only speculate. Explains maybe why she can't or won't play the game. Yeah, I mean, she did want to play the game in this episode, but just because, you know, the girls didn't let her play, I think it was Spencer, but someone said, you don't have a piece on the board. I mean, it so reminded me of Regina George saying, you can't sit with us. Or whoever said that. It wasn't Regina, it was one of the other girls. But still, like, I mean, come on, let her play the game. But yeah, look, it doesn't mean that, you know, things would have been different if she was allowed to play the game. So I wonder what it is. Omar says, if Ren is AD, he can't just be around. That's why he has minions to do his dirty work. That makes sense. True, it does make sense. And I think there are going to be a lot of people that will love if Ren is AD. So that's why I do have a legitimate fear that it could be him, because maybe Marlene could be pandering to those who want it to be Ren. I just feel like, I mean, come on, it's like we're getting towards the end of 7 seasons. As someone was saying earlier, he left in 4B, or before 4B. He's been gone for so long. I just don't like the idea that he was lurking about in the shows and we didn't see him. I almost forgot who he was. When people started talking about Ren in season 5, because I remember people bringing up Ren during season 5, I thought he was Wilden. I got him confused. So, like, I'd forgotten about him so completely that I had to go back and rewatch all the episodes and go, oh, the British Doctor, right. So, like, seriously, it just wouldn't work for me. But there you go. Kathleen says, yes, I really wanted Ren to be A when we had the CC reveal because I could see so many clues pointing to him, but now he has been there so little, I think it would be a huge disappointment. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. You're conveying exactly how I feel. Jifa says to Skylar, that's what I'm hoping. I don't remember what Skylar said. Skylar says all the puzzle pieces reveal who CC met up with or who killed her. That would be good. I would like that. Oh, you're all flying by. Give me one sec. Denise Esparza, hello, welcome to the chat, says, I seriously thought Mona was going to follow Aria and expose her. Oh, like, that would have been awesome. I would love that. Also, I thought Spencer would have figured it was Aria who delivered the burner phone with the recorder. I still don't think we can rule out that Spencer knows that it's Aria. I still feel like she does. I think she's waiting for the right time to say it, but, you know, who knows? Maybe she doesn't know, and maybe I just got that wrong. Marissa says, did we find out anything that I missed about the headstone drawing last week that said here lies? No. We found out nothing about that at all. Like, seriously, did anyone lay down? Oh, Aria did. Aria and Spencer laid down on the couch, but I mean, that's a stretch, seriously. No, I honestly don't think we did. Do you guys think so? Let me know. Jufa says, sorry, Francois, I just took Mary's word that she killed Jessica, but you're right, everyone lies. No, I mean, totally. I totally get where you're coming from there, Jufa, because I've done the same. Like, I totally bought what Peter was saying. And then it was only when you guys said, yeah, look, this seems rather shady, you don't know if I believe it, that I sort of went, oh, yeah, maybe you're right. So, you know, it's very easy to get convinced on what these people are saying. Spencer H says, but guys, it was her mum. Even if Charlotte knew about Mary, Jessica was her mum, just like Veronica is Spencer's mum. You know what? Yes, you're absolutely right, because I feel the same way with Veronica. I love Mary. You guys know that I do. Even if she's AD, I still love Mary, no matter what, because I think she's awesome. But yeah, I still like that's. I still feel Spencer should call Veronica mum. So I get what you're saying there. Yeah, so I can agree with you. Rena says, Kathleen, I've seen theories that AD means anonymous donor. Yes, I've heard that too. But who could the anonymous donor be? It's so interesting. I have to tell you guys this. So another part of the interview with Janelle Parrish on ET, she said to the ladies that were interviewing her, look, I could tell you who AD is right now, but do you really want me to do that? Like, don't you want to be surprised with everyone else? And my first thought was, no, I'd just rather you tell me. Like, I'll happily watch the rest of the episodes, but I just want to know who it is. So what do you guys think? If you had the opportunity right now to know who it was, and we still have 3 episodes left, would you rather know now, and you, of course, be given a gag clause and you couldn't tell anyone, but would you rather know now, or would you rather wait and find out in 3 weeks? For me, I'd rather know now, honestly, because it's really doing me in. Jifa says, Skylar, yes, but when I looked at the picture, it looked like a girl with dark hair. Ooh, what does that mean? Is it Nuna? I don't know. Anyone else? Who else has dark hair? Like, I guess Spencer might, because in terms of, oh, Emily. Kathleen says, I have the thought of an adult being AD as the girls were so young, and to think a grown-up person will be so cruel just bothers me, but could happen for sure. Yeah, look, I can definitely understand that. You know, like, yeah, that would be quite effed up when you think about it that way. So I agree with you. Alofa says, my bet is on Melissa and Veronica. Or Melissa or Veronica. It could be both. I mean, hey, mother and daughter combination, who knows? Yeah, totally. So, I mean, now the Veronica theories are surfacing. I think Megan already was telling me about this Veronica theory. She's been saying it for a few days. So I love that you already have the theory, Megan. I totally give you all the credit. But yeah, like totally, it could be possible. I would love it if it was Veronica, and it makes a lot of sense if it was Melissa. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Ellen says, I'm so happy for you that your channel is growing, but I can't keep track of this chat. Oh, sorry, Ellen. If we can help you, let us know how, because we're a family and we're here to help each other. Megan Rutledge says, you also said that you heard something when Spencer and Mary finished talking. What if Veronica kidnapped Mary? I also think Marco is working for Veronica. A lot of interesting thoughts there, so I'll get to them one at a time. Yes, so I did hear something when Spencer and Mary finished the conversation. And if you go back to that scene, and it's the second conversation when Spencer comes back and says, no, I'm not going anywhere with you. I forgive you, but you have to forgive yourself. Spencer leaves, and I heard a twig snap. You guys, I so did. And it would be so lame if Spencer just stepped on a twig. But I seriously felt like that meant something, and that something's happened to Mary. What do you guys think? If you don't remember it, go back and watch it. You definitely hear the sound of a twig snapping. Spencer goes around the corner, and then you hear a twig snap. You don't see what happens. What if Veronica kidnaps Mary? Yeah, wouldn't put it past her. If she's AD, it makes a whole lot of sense, and if that's the case, I definitely wouldn't put it past her. I also think Marco is working for Veronica. Yeah, I can get on board with that, honestly. Honey says, I would love for Maya and Mona to be relatives. I would love that too. How great would that be? And you guys, I know like that I really shouldn't say this, considering what I'm saying about Ren, but if Maya was AD, I feel like I would forgive her, even though she hasn't been around for like ever. I would actually be happy for Maya to be AD. But yeah, if Maya and Mona were relatives, oh, I will be so down with that. I love it, honey. You should go and talk to the writing staff for PLL and get them to just put that in, because that's awesome. Tokyo Teacher says to Ellen, haha, saying for me. Oh, I'm sorry that you guys can't keep track of it. Hopefully you can in a moment. The comments are whizzing by, so I'm doing my best here. Maria Ann says, same, it goes so fast. Exactly, it does. Skylar says, ooh, Megan, Marco related to Maya. That would be interesting, but I think he's going to die because Tanner comes back and she investigates deaths of officers. Ooh, I like the idea of Tanner coming back. Do we know this for sure? If that's the case, I would love that. And do you think Marco's going to die? Well, it would be karma. Maybe I wouldn't have to say several things to Marco if he was going to die. I'm going to try and slow down, you guys, so it makes it easier to follow the chat. Teely Ray says, y'all, I don't want to bring the party down with more death, but I'm afraid Caleb might die too. Oh no. And I almost feel like that super sweet tense scene almost makes me think it even more. Oh, I hope that's not the case. We love Tyler Blackburn. I mean, we love Caleb too, but we love Tyler Blackburn, so I hope that doesn't happen. But then again, I love Mona as well. Maria Ann says, did anyone notice that Aria looked kind of nervous when Mona came in to help play the game? No, but some of you have been saying that. I did not pick up on it, but I love that you did. Maybe Mona knows what's going on. Maybe she knows Aria is part of the team. Who knows? Or maybe Aria somehow knows Mona's part of the team and isn't saying anything. I mean, you never know, do you? Skylar's saying, in a deleted scene, Officer Maple was shown letting Cece escape from the cop car. Yes, I remember someone saying something about this, but asked her to hit him on the head. He could be a helper. He's consistently in the show. Yeah, I can't deny that. It's very possible. Maria Ann says, no, I'll cry my eyes out if Caleb dies. I totally agree. I hope that doesn't happen, guys. Marissa says, if Ren is AD, they had better have a ton of flashbacks that include him lurking and making things happen. Yes, I completely agree. We need to know what the heck's been going on all this time, so I'm definitely with you there. Telia Ray says they married each other in the tent, and we have been told there was going to be a heartbreaking scene. I'm afraid it will be Mona or Caleb. Oh, I don't want to choose Caleb, but if I have to, I would. But yeah, like, I just don't want it to happen to those two. That would be very heartbreaking for me. Rena says, yes, Maria Ann, I think Aria is worried Mona will expose her. She's Mona, lol. She knows all. That's true. She sees all. I mean, she might as well be the head of the NAT club. I swear, if the NAT club knew how great Mona was, you'd think they would seriously employ her. Maria Ann says, yes, Skylar, I saw that scene. Interesting. Sorry, again, it's going by so fast as you guys are saying that I don't remember what Skylar said, but I'm glad you agree. Ange the Girl is here. Hey, Ange the Girl. Hi, sorry I'm late. I just watched a recap video and loved it. Thank you so much. I'm glad you did. No, it's totally fine. Thank you for being here. What did you think of the episode? Let me know. Kathleen says, was that a twig snapping when Spencer was leaving Mary? If so, what was that? And do you think that Mary's swan song, that was Mary's swan song, or will we see her again? It was so bittersweet. Thought it might be Mary's end. Yeah, like, I see what you mean. I hope it's not Mary's end, but yeah, it sounded like it was a twig snapping. It might have just been to me, but I certainly felt like I heard it. You have to wait for Spencer to go round the corner, and then we have Spencer just on her own. Obviously, there's music that's playing, but you can hear a twig snap. So listen out for it. You can definitely hear it. Kathleen says, no, I want to be surprised as far as the AD thing. So yeah, cool. So obviously Janelle did the right thing as far as you're concerned. I would love to know, like, Janelle, just whisper it to me just so I know. But then again, I guess it would be hard doing the chats because I do not, like, I have to say, just for one sec, I do not envy the girls and their position in interviews when they know all the answers and they're trying not to give them away. So yeah, I do feel like if I knew who AD was, it would be really hard to do these chats with you guys and not, you know, give it away. Maria answers, Kathleen, I thought the same, like someone took Mary because Spencer looked scared but left. Anyway, yeah, I didn't even get that either. Like, Maria Ann, why the heck did Spencer leave? Like, why didn't she go back on the corner? Unless it's part of some really weird plan and Spencer's AD, I mean, but who knows? Kathleen says, still love theorizing, so don't want to know now, even though it's driving me crazy. That's awesome. I love that, Kathleen. Rena says, Francois, I totally agree with you too. Really hating Peter, lol. I mean, my goodness, he is a crappy person. I know, right? Seriously. Someone said to me that he needs a date with Miss Karma. I love that. So whoever you were, shout out to you. I loved it. He so does. Like, oh my God, have so many issues with Mr. Hastings right now. Suze Blue says, I'd rather wait, but I think by now they should have like 5 main suspects, one of them being AD, and it gives us something to work with and look forward to, knowing it's at least 1 out of 5. Yeah, like, I think that's a really good compromise. I'm with you on that, Suze Blue. Skylar says, I want to know, but I want to be surprised. Ugh, I don't want to wait 3 weeks. Yeah, like, exactly. I feel the same proverbial tug of war myself, Skylar. Ellen says, I'd rather wait, but have answers like the sperm donor and hear lies revealed now. Yeah, like I can be on board with that too. You guys, I have a question. Aside from because I feel like in this episode I was totally plagued by the whole Mona thing, so forgive me for this. Aside from the answer we got from Mary that about what happened and all that with the whole Jessica thing, did we get any other answers tonight? I would love to know if we did, or not, sorry, not tonight, during the episode, sorry. Did we get any other answers during the episode? Because I don't feel like we did, but we may have, and I may have just missed it. So let me know if we did. Marissa says, I've heard others say that twigs sound like a gunshot and they were confused if it was a twig or a gun. Oh, see, a gun would be great. I definitely didn't think it was a gun, but hey, it might have been. So I would actually prefer that because it's much more dramatic than a twig. A twig like sort of takes you back to the days where you didn't know if Ali was dead or just missing. Anyway, Denise says, I don't know if I'm okay with Melissa being AD. It's just like she hasn't really been around. She comes out like once a season. Yeah, and I can understand that because I feel the same way with Ren, so I can totally understand what you're saying there. T. Lee Ray says, holy cow, I'm living for the idea that Mona or Marco could be related to Maya. My gosh, I love all of you, lol. We love you too, T. Lee Ray. Big shout out to you. Yeah, like totally, I agree. I would particularly love it if it was Mona. If Mona was related to Maya, wow, that would be like the best reveal ever for me. But certainly I can get on board with the Marco thing as well. Ellen is saying, I think it would make sense to have no answers and then an A reveal because A will then explain everything and it wouldn't make sense at first. And I want to feel like, why didn't I think of you? You know what? In that light, I can understand what you're saying. Totally. Yeah. Actually, I quite like that. Rena says, it's funny, Marlene said we should have a main suspect by this episode. I'm more confused than ever. She did. Oh my God. Like, number one, we can't trust Marlene. But yeah, number two, again, she lied because I'm with you. Like, I have no idea. Like, we can theorize, but I don't feel like I can say AD is definitely this person. So I know some people are definitely pinning that down. I mean, I was doing it with Mona, but I don't feel like I can do it now. But yeah, like I definitely don't feel like this episode told me who AD was. I mean, unless it's like Ashley Merrin because she came back in this episode. Like, I mean, I don't get that at all. Marissa says, I just scroll up and read along with Francois and then I don't feel lost. That's a great idea, Marissa. I love it. Absolutely. That's what you have to do because otherwise it just flies by on you. Maria says, same here to Rena. Same here. It's never been more confusing. Yeah, exactly. Skylar says, I think... lost you. I think Mary knows Aria planted the phone. I think nothing happened to Mary, but someone was watching. I definitely feel like Mary could know that Aria planted the phone because she was there waiting for Spencer and she heard what happened. So I definitely feel like she could have seen Aria enter and exit the house. I think nothing happened to Mary, but yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I hope nothing happened to her, but I definitely do feel at the very least like someone was watching. Who was it? Oh my God, you guys, was it Ali that was watching Mary? Because Ali was gone. They said that she was wherever she was. Like, I really don't care where she was because at the end of the day, Ali was just not there. But is it possible she was there and she was spying on Mary? Who knows? Skylar also says, what happened with Melissa's suitcase? handle being a weapon. Nothing happened with that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's almost like the whole barrel thing, isn't it? I know I keep bringing up the barrel, but it's the most annoying thing to me that happened in PLL. But I do feel like the handle is very much like the barrel in that way. Lauren George says, just joined here. Well, welcome, Lauren. Welcome to the family. But I have heard this theory that Caleb and Mona have something to do with AD. Like, are they working together secretly? But not sure. It's very possible. Remember, you guys, that moment when they were having their coffee or tea and Mona was putting in the right amount of sugar and milk and all that? I think it was the same episode where the girls went to the School of the Blind. I definitely was very sus about Mona and Caleb in that moment, so I can certainly understand where those theories are coming from. They certainly have the means to pull it off because they're both very smart. Ellen says, if we should have a main suspect, does that mean Mona's scene needed to be shady, not obviously not A? Maybe there's still a chance for Mona. I would love if that was the case. Like, seriously, if the whole point of Marlene saying, you know, we will know, is because that end scene with Mona was the Cece listening in to Aria and Ezra at Ezra's apartment, yay, yay, yay. I would totally love that. So certainly there may still be a chance for Mona. Maria Ann says, I thought the same thing, Skylar, because she was out there waiting for Spencer, so she had to have seen Aria. Yeah, exactly. Rena says, I think it may be Ezra that dies too. So much emphasis is put on them this season, and the last episode is called Till Death Do Us Part. I remember that promo clip of someone with a gun. No, Rena, I don't remember that. Can you somehow send me the link to that? That would be awesome to look at again. Skylar says, yes, she listed to be in an episode. I forgot. Oh, Tanner, thank you for saying who it was. Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. Because yeah, I think I was saying it today or in another chat or something, that I would love to see Tanner come back. So that would be awesome. Omar says, I think Ren shoots Ezria. Oh, both of them. That could be interesting, couldn't it? Rena says, and if you slow it down, you can see the person with the gun is in Aria's loft. Well, Ezra. Well, yeah, I know what you mean. Oh my God, like, can you send me the link? That would be so awesome. Ellen says to Rena, I also thought about someone dying while standing at the altar. It will be so dramatic. Yes, it will be. Rena says, yes, I think it definitely may happen. Also, the script for the finale Marlene posted for Till Death Do Us Part has 5 roses on the bottom and 1 is black. Read a theory that means death is around one of them. Oh, I'd love to see that. You guys come up with awesome stuff. Can you send all this to me? That's so cool. Ellen says, Rena, yes, saw the rose one. Yeah, that's awesome. I so haven't seen it. And Rena says, Ellen, we may be onto something. Yeah, you guys actually might be. So can you send me like copies of all this stuff? It'd be really good to look at. Jifa says, I agree, Skylar. If Mary was watching the house, then she saw Aria go into the house and most likely plant the phone. Yes, absolutely agree with you, Jifa. Georgina, hi Georgina, says, isn't there supposed to be a 1-year jump at some point? I'm not sure if it's a rumor or not. Yeah, so I've heard that. I haven't been able to confirm it, but I have heard that we are going to have a 1-year time jump in the finale. So I think it's the finale, but it would make sense because, you know, AD is revealed, then we go a year ahead and everyone talks about not ever having heard of AD or any other A again. I would love if that's the case, so we'll see if that's what happens. Skylar says, I heard Mary might die. Have I lost you? No, I heard Mary might die. Someone dies. I think if it's her, it's to protect Spencer or someone. Yeah, it's possible. I think anyone could die at this point in time. I hope it's not Mary. I mean, I do believe her whole story about what happened with Jessica, and so therefore I would like something good to happen to Mary, but we'll have to see. Kathleen says, if we got answers, I missed it too. Need answers, please. Yes, you guys, like, come on. Did we get some answers? Like, yeah, I don't feel like we did. And didn't they say, like, we would get answers every day? I know some of you are fine with the filler stuff and don't like me complaining about it, but I do know there are others of you that are like me and we just need answers and we're just not getting them. So what is going on there? It's me, but I hope I'm back now. I'll keep going. Verena says, I forgot. Ian also said one of the sexiest scenes is followed by one of the most gory. I'm thinking wedding, right? Followed by a shooting. Yeah, could definitely be possible. I hope you guys can see me. Let me know if you can, although by the time I get to it, you know, it could be a different story altogether. As you guys know, if you're here in the chat, all the comments are flying and I'm doing my best to get to each and every one of them. Marissa says, lol, you know a show has gone too far when we are discussing the meaning of a twig. I so agree, but you know, anything could be anything. Denise says, guys, I'm afraid the heartbreaking scene is Mona dying in the finale. I've heard she dies, and while filming, Janelle has a stunt double, so if they're killing Mona, it better be epic. Totally agree. Hope it's not the case, Denise, which nothing is true, I just hope it's not the case. But yeah, I keep hearing it, so I hope that's not what happens. Kiss I Shall X says, yes, made it to my first live chat. I missed the others. Yay! So happy you're here. Thank you for joining us. I loved all your comments on the videos. Thank you. Skylar says, I think Ali was a part of the dollhouse. I would like that. When Mona was kidnapped, Ali was watching from the truck and looked happy that Mona was gone. I think she told Cece to kidnap Mona and take her to the dollhouse. Ooh, I like that. Skylar also says to prevent Mona from exposing the fact that Ali lured Bethany out to kill her. Very interesting. What do you guys think? Maria Ann says, Ali was supposed to be in New York with Jason. That's right. Thank you for that. Maybe they're both up to something. So you guys, is Jason going to come back? I really hope he does. I am missing Drew Van Acker. Like something terrible. T. Lee Ray says Marlene is part evil. Oh, I totally agree with that before I go any further with your comment. I'm convinced of it and I love it. I'm sure she's going to miss giving us anxiety attacks and making us all scramble about becoming crazy conspirators and theory addicts. I so agree with you. She has this little glint in her eye when she's like teasing us with stuff and not giving away too much, so I agree. I've heard some people say that Marlene King could be AD. My God, I would love that because it would make so much sense. And like she was playing us all along. Ange the Girl says, this episode was okay. As soon as Mona locked her door, I knew they were going to show us something, but I'm not sure how I feel about it all. Well, Ange the Girl, if you saw my video, you saw how I reacted to it. Wasn't happy at all with that, but yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Suze Blue says, repeating myself here, but poor Mona needs the credit she deserves. Exactly. She wanted to be the hero before she went to the dollhouse when she stored her blood to frame Ali, and look how that turned out. Exactly. I completely agree with you. I'm still wondering, and I mean, this all may be debunked after what happened in the last episode, but I'm still wondering if that blood that Arya spattered around the nursery was somehow connected to that blood drawing scene with Mona that we saw when she has that conversation with Mike. Also, is it relevant or is it irrelevant? Because sometimes things are just a coincidence, sometimes they mean something. Who was Mona on the phone to when Mike came into the room during that scene? Another quick thing, when they interviewed Janelle Parrish, they flashed back to that moment in the movie theater when Mona, Mike, Mr. Montgomery Byron, and Arya are watching a movie, and Arya whispers something to Mona. And as we know, Mona later on says, you sure know how to dig the knife in, or something like that. They asked her what the heck Lucy said, and Mona's response was, Lucy said, which is obviously nothing, and they didn't even tell Janelle or Lucy what was being said there. It was down to their interpretation. Does this annoy you? Because it certainly annoys me. I always want to know what Arya actually said there. So yeah, totally agree with you. Oh, I think I may have lost you guys. Wow, where are we? Okay, give me a moment to just catch up, because I have lost where I'm up to. Yeah, so that's where I was. Okay. Yeah. So Angela Girl 1 says, for only having 3 more episodes left, I feel like they have so much left to tell us. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Omar says, I think AD took the suitcase handle because they tried to run over Emily. True, and if that's the case, does it make AD Melissa? It might. Suze Blue says, justice for Queen Mona. Yes, so totally justice for Queen Mona. Thank you, Suze Blue. We love you. Rena says, yes, I think AD definitely took the suitcase handle. I don't think it was someone trying to cover up the crime like the girls thought. Yeah, I'm with you on that, and I think that could mean it's Melissa. T. Lee Ray says, must read more theories. How are we going to channel our addictions after PLL wraps? Exactly. You guys have been giving me some ideas for some shows that I can watch, some mystery shows, which I love. Haven't had a chance to check them out, but I definitely will. And keep the suggestions coming because we can never have too many mystery shows. But I just don't know how they will compare to PLL. Maria Ann says, T. Lee Ray, you are cracking me up. Yep, totally. I agree with you. Ellen says, Francois, maybe your Instagram. I see a lot of theories on there. We can tag you. Oh, that would be awesome. Yes, I need to get back on Instagram, Ellen. I will. Ellen says, P.S. scrolling the comments with you does make the chat more bearable. How do you spell that word? That's a very good point. I can spell a lot of words, but bearable is a tough one for me. Can anyone help her? Stephanie Nicole, who I don't think I've shouted out before, welcome to the family, says the time jump happens between 7:19 and 7:20. Ah, awesome. That's cool. Thank you for letting us know. Rena says, Francois, I will find you a link to that gun promo. Thank you, Rena. I definitely appreciate it. Omar says, Spencer and Hannah found our Aria is working for AD in the next episode. Awesome. I have not seen the promo, so if you guys know this from the promo, that explains why I didn't know that. So I'll definitely get on to watching the promo after this, but feel free to spoil the promo for me. That's totally fine. Kiss I Shall X says, I am full of the flu, so this is making my day. Aw, so glad to make your day. I know what it's like to feel under the weather. I've actually been feeling quite under the weather myself the past couple of days. I'm feeling good now, which is good, but my thoughts are with you, and I'm glad we can do this for you. And what did you think of Mona singing and that whole jail thing? Sorry, I'm just on, so probably missed a lot. Yeah, so I did discuss it, but I'm happy to tell you I loved it. I looked at it more as Janelle doing a one-song show for us, rather than looking at it as Mona doing it. I loved it. I absolutely thought she was awesome. I don't know if I would have picked another song for her, but then again, I mean, you know, again, I thought Janelle was totally awesome in that scene. And yeah, love that she did it. So happy that we're helping you, girl. Big hugs to you and hope you get better soon. Maria Ann says, hope you feel better. Yeah, definitely. Big shout out to Kiss I Shall X. We all hope you get better soon. Suze Blue says, if one of the girls were to die, it should be Ali. After all, Marlene said it will go full circle, and the show did start with Ali being dead. Ooh, I like that, Suze Blue. Rena says, hey, anyone have an idea who the he is in the Ali classroom thing? Yeah, so someone was suggesting to me, let me know if it was you. Someone was suggesting to me that it could be Marco, and I can understand that. That will make sense. So I'm not going to take credit. I didn't come up with this. Someone else did, but I felt like that made sense. Omar says to Rena, maybe Allison's baby's father. Yeah, it could definitely be. Stephanie says, I think that he could be the baby daddy. Yeah. Carly says, hi. Hey, Carly. How are you? Okay. Okay, let me think. I have to think of a question, you guys. If you're new to the video, I like asking PLL trivia. So I think of a trivial PLL question here. What was the line that Ali said the first time she turns to the girls and it's revealed that she is alive? What's the line that Ali said? Like, we have this moment where we see a red coat, she turns around and she says, what does she say? Let me know. So hi, Carly. Kathleen says, old days I know, but did we ever find out who the blonde was in the car that Ezra was yelling at? very old days. I forgot about that. Yeah, and like someone saw him getting really angry, and I think they told Arya or something. But yeah, someone saw him. I don't think we did find that out. Probably not important, but just wonder. We should make an unanswered questions chat. We so should. And we could theorize all through that. I love that idea, Kathleen. If you guys are down for it, I will so totally do it. Michelle Johnson is here. She says, glad I made it to this chat. Hi, Michelle. Thanks so much for making. I'm so glad you're here. Rena says, I agree, maybe Baby Daddy and AD are two different people. Maybe it's someone else and picked on. Could be. I can't help but think AD is someone we're not thinking of, someone that's never shady and seems innocent. Yeah, totally. Carly says, interview with Janelle Parrish said that 719 is going to be very much centered around Mona. I'm excited. Yeah, she did. So I was saying a little earlier, Carly, that I watched this interview today. I'm so happy that I did. And yeah, she did say that. So I'm really excited to see it. Janelle said her favorite episode was episode 19 because she does like something that she really loves or something like that. So I'm definitely excited for that. Stephanie says to Kathleen, do you mean when Jake saw him back in season 4? That's right, it was Jake, wasn't it? Yeah. Kissy Eye Shell says, thank you, Mary Ann. Denise says, what if Arya is a Drake, which is possible because people have said that. Just give me a sec because I've lost you. That's why AD is protecting her file. Very possible. And why Mary didn't mention to Spencer that Arya planted the burner phone. Yes, I like that. Speaking of which, you guys, help me out here. What did Arya get as her reward from AD? I don't know. It's not like they were full on showing us what it was. So was it the file? Was it something else? I don't know. Let me know what you thought. Skylar says, I heard Jason comes back to take the blame for Roland's death for the girls, and I think Arya visits him. I think it's episode 19, definitely before the finale. I hope so, Skylar. That would be so awesome. Telia Ray says, I felt all along like AD was just trying to get Emily's fingerprints on the suitcase handle. After she touched it, she got attacked and made to drop it so they could take it. Yes. I've seen this in a couple of theory videos, that whole scene where she climbs onto the roof and AD takes the handle. Definitely makes sense. Marissa says, Kissy I Shell, feel better soon. Hugs. Yes, big hugs to Kissy I Shell. We all hope you feel better soon. Ellen says, the promos aren't always for the next episode because the last promo also showed they discovered Arya was working for A. Oh, okay, interesting. T. Lee Ray says maybe they're trying to pin at least one piece of evidence on each liar so they can charge them as a group. I think that's very likely. I said a few chats ago that it's possible the girls are going to end up in jail. So yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Omar says to Skylar, I think Mary takes the blame. We'll have to see. Michelle says, what do you think is planted in Arya's trunk in the next episode? The shovels? Again, I haven't seen any sort of promo, so I don't know, but I'm guessing this is part of it. So something's planted in her trunk. What is it? Yeah, it could be the shovels. I don't know. How does she react to it? Like, I can't stop the chat and go watch it. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Carly says to Michelle, Roland's body. Ellen says, did you miss me? Yes. Oh, did you miss me? Yes, Ellen, you are the winner of this week's challenge. Well done. Omar says, did you miss me? Omar, you are safe. Kathleen says, did you miss me? Kathleen, you are safe. Maria Ann says, did you miss me? You are safe. Suze Blue said, did you miss me? You are safe. And Rena said, did you miss me? You are also safe. Congratulations. Michelle Johnson says to Carly, I didn't think of that. Perfect. Kissy I Shell says, thank you to Marissa S. Yes, we love her. Tokyo Fatisha said, did you miss me? Tokyo Fatisha, you are safe. Marissa says, did you miss me? Marissa, you too are safe. Rena says, definitely down for an unanswered questions chat. That's awesome, you guys. We'll definitely have to schedule it for sure. Skylar says, as for Arya's trunk, either the shovels as a setup from Mona to prove the girls, sorry about that. As for Arya's trunk, either the shovels are a setup from Mona to prove to the girls Arya's working with AD, or Arya doesn't do what AD wants, and they plant Roland's body in her trunk. Oh, that would be interesting. Omar says 2 puzzle pieces. Well, that would be good. Ellen says Arya got 2 puzzle pieces from AD, right? Yes, she did. Denise says she got 2 puzzle pieces as a reward. Yeah. No, you're right. Sorry, that's not what I mean. So she got 2 puzzle pieces. She put it onto the board, and then the phone said, look behind you for your reward or something like that. And behind her in some sort of plasticky glass thing, she takes out these papers. I'm referring to that. What was the papers about? So Denise says, I'm all down for the unanswered questions chat. Absolutely, that's going to be awesome. Maria answers, same here with the unanswered questions. Excellent, we're definitely going to do that, guys. Rena says, that puzzle drives me crazy. I can't figure out what it is. I've heard it's a Bethany drawing. Lol, please no. Oh, I hope not. I'd rather have Noel come back to life than Bethany alive. I totally agree with you. Omar says, who do you think killed Charlotte? It's tough to work out. I don't feel like I have enough at all to go off. I do think the fact that Arya was out with Ezra that night does make them look shady, but at the same time, emotionally, I would love it if Mona's not AD, if Mona was the one that killed her. We'll have to see. Denise says, I feel like that police report isn't enough motive for Arya to go dark. There must be something else. I agree. Rena says, my top suspects for who killed Charlotte are Melissa, Mona, and Ezra. Yeah, agreed. What motivation would Melissa have to kill Charlotte? Actually, I guess she would have a lot of motivation, so I take that back. Ellen said, didn't promo show that the girls were digging something up, maybe with those shovels? They might have been. You never know. Carly says the papers were the unfiled police report. Oh, so they were. So we have confirmation that that's what it was? Awesome. So she got them back. Rena says, yes, I've seen that too, Ellen. They were definitely digging something up. I hope they don't think moving Roland is a good idea. Can I actually watch this promo while I'm doing this chat? If that's possible. I still want to watch it, you guys. I can give you like a full-on live reaction to it. Skylar says, how about Emily's reaction to the have you been pregnant before? She was hesitant. Yeah, good point. Kathleen says, for the unanswered questions, we could all send you ours ahead of time if you want, and you can pick the ones you want, or we can all just yell at our questions. Yay, so excited for that. I'm happy to go both ways. So what do you guys think? Like, do you want to give it to me ahead of time? Do you want to tell me in the chat? That's totally fine. I am so excited about this. This is going to be awesome, you guys, because there are so many unanswered questions that we need to talk about. Denise says, I believe the puzzle is a map maybe of where Roland's body is buried. Could be. Carly says, Charlotte apparently broke up Melissa and Ren. Ooh. Kyle says, we see her with the papers in the new promo. Someone screenshot a close-up and I'll read it. That would be good. They should. Let me think of another question, you guys. Let me think. There are so many things I could ask. And I just don't know what it would be. Okay, Hannah comes into a lot of money in one of the seasons for, I think it was for her mum. No, or Hannah's mum came into a lot of money. Anyway, the point is money. The money is hidden in a particular box of something. Where is the money hidden? Now, I think you guys know what I mean, because I don't think there's any other scene where money is actually stashed somewhere with Hannah or Ashley. So where is the money hidden? It is somewhere in the Merrin's house, the Merrin's old house, that is. Where was it hidden? Let me know. Okay. So Teely Ray says, as much as some don't like Ezria, I've been Ezra's #1 fan from day one, and I will ugly cry if Ezra dies. I'll need hugs from the Francois family. Go ahead and check me into Welby. Aw, Teely Ray. Now, I was a huge Ezra fan up until this whole thing of Ezra just flying away to Nicole. I guess I never got over that, but I'm going to try really hard to. And yes, we will all get through everything together. I promise you guys. Rena says, yes, seemed like Melissa hated Charlotte and said she broke her and ran up. Oh, there you go. Skylar says, I want Jason and Aria. What do you want Jason and Aria for? For AD or to be together? Let me know. I'm happy for them to be together. I'm happy for Jason to be AD. Kathleen, you're all flying by now. Kathleen says, pasta. Kathleen, you're the winner of the challenge. That's right. The money was hidden in a pasta box. Well done. Marissa says, Teely Ray, I feel the same. They have sucked this season, but had so many amazing moments. Love them. Are we talking about Aria and Jason? Because if we are, I love that too. Yes, I love Ezria. I feel like the Jaria thing was very hot and steamy. But yeah, like I like both. What can I say? I'll sit on the fence there. Carly says, I want Jaria too. Marissa S says lasagna box, which is more specific than pasta box. But absolutely, Marissa, you too are the winner of this week's challenge. So you can both win this one. Michelle says pasta boxes. Michelle, you are safe. Steffi says pasta box, you are safe. Teely Ray says lasagna noodle box, you are also safe. Maria Ann said 2 things, but they've been retracted. So try again, Maria Ann. Rena says lasagna box. Yes, Rena, you are safe. Denise says in a pasta box in her pantry. I love how specific we're getting. Yes, you are safe as well. Carly says lasagna box. Yes, you are safe. Ellen says, haha, same with the not loving Ezra after the flying back to Nicole thing. Yes, oh my God, it was so annoying. Had so many issues with Ezra. Omar says, I think Toby's back in the next episode as well. That's good if he is, because we've checked off Emerson, we've checked off Caleb. Don't know where we are with Ezra. I think we might be checking them off, but I don't know. But we definitely are nowhere near checking off Swoby, so I hope he comes back. Skylar says, I think Melissa killed Charlotte, but I don't think she's AD, and I want Jason and Aria together because Jason is such a hottie. Skylar, I agree with you. Oh, is that bad? Totally, like, I don't know. I would be all like, seriously, Jason and Caleb or something. That's just me. Moving on. Ellen says, I'm sorry if my sentences don't make sense sometimes. I always thought my English was pretty good. I'm starting to doubt that. Oh, don't, Ellen. Your English is really, really good. I'm sorry if I got it wrong, what you said or whatever. But no, your English is great, Ellen. It really is. Teely Ray says, yes, I totally was disappointed after Nicole was found and he flew off, but I was so proud of him for expressing his love for Aria in his book reading event. Yes, I do feel like he gets some sort of compensatory love from me for doing that. So I agree with you on that. I just didn't like what he was doing with Nicole at all. Suze Blue says, lasagna box. Suze Blue, you are safe. Skylar says, also, who cut the cord in the elevator that Jason and Emily were in? Oh, yes, that needs to be answered because we still don't know, do we? Carly says, okay, here's a question for you guys. What is the first name of Mr. De Laurentiis? What is his first name? Carly says to Skylar, I think that was Charlotte because she called Aria later in the episode and she wasn't where she said she was. Can't remember the specific conversation, but I think it was her. Ah, there you go. It's very possible that that's true. Marissa says, no, I have to go. Darn being an adult sometimes. I know, right? Love you all. Thank you, Francois Thurston. You're so welcome. Thank you, Marissa. I love you. Give me 1 sec, you guys. I'm trying to work out what his name is so that, okay, cool. I've got his name. Okay. So if you guys answer, I can say you're right because I totally forgot myself. Skylar says, what's with Nicole's storyline? It was made out to be important, but now it's not. Nicole pulled an Ellie. We thought she was dead, but she's alive, and apparently kidnapped. That was Ellie was like Ellie was kidnapped. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. I feel like the whole Nicole thing was a waste of time. I get that she was doing the whole thing with Emily and the Habitat for Humanity, and that was fine. I liked that. But yeah, I just, didn't like the rest of it. Oh, can you guys hear that? It's raining here. Shouldn't surprise me because we're in winter here in Australia, but we've had sunshine for the last couple of days, which is really good. But it's full on raining outside now, so I don't know if you can hear it or not. Is it raining where you are? What's the weather like where you are? Let me know. Jifa says, I posted the link to next week's promo on the discussion part on your homepage because it would not let me post the link here. Okay, excellent, Jifa. Thank you for that. I will check it out in a moment. Ellen says, you didn't read my comment wrong. Not your fault, sweetie. Oh, thank you, Ellen. I might, do I have a moment to look at the promo? Because if I do, I might just quickly do that. Yeah, I might just quickly do that. Stay with me, guys. Please don't go away. I promise I'll be as quick as I can. Let's see what we can get happening here. What's the 17? 18. Let's see what we got here, guys. Hopefully it's going to work. Looks like it will. Hopefully I haven't lost you guys. I'm just going to watch this really quick.
Next Tuesday, hookups, breakups.
We literally caught you Black Hoodie.
Oh, yes!
Myers' wedding.
Oh.
Everyone is making their final move.
I did
Oh.
everything you asked me to do.
Oh. Oh.
You've given me nothing.
Oh. Oh, it looks so good. I hope you guys are still with me. Are you still with me? It looks like it. Yay. Oh my God. That's so awesome. I don't know what's in the trunk, but oh my God. It looks great. I wonder if he's getting married. So much is going to happen. Oh. Okay, back to what you're saying. At least now I know what you guys are talking about. All right. Ellen says you didn't read my... Okay, I read that. T. Lee Ray says, if and only if Ezra dies or goes bat crazy, will I be okay with Jaria? But I feel like Jaria is possible. Aww, T. Lee Ray, we love you. Michelle Johnson says, Ken, I will accept. Michelle, you are the winner of this challenge. Steffi says, Kenneth De Laurentiis. Steffi, you are also the winner of this question. I feel like I'm saying you're the winner of this week's challenge. Congratulations. Skylar says, I don't care about Nicole, but why stress her plotline if it's not important? It's a very good point, Skylar. You're absolutely right. Denise says, Kenneth. Denise, you are safe. Carly says, Kenneth, you are safe. Denise says, De Laurentiis. Absolutely. That makes you safe by saying De Laurentiis. Well done. Marissa says, Kenneth, you are safe. Suze Blue says, I'll never win any of your questions. I'm a few minutes behind. Oh, Suze Blue, you can win. I believe in you, Suze Blue. You can win one, I'm sure. Okay, where are we? Skylar says, here to me, Suze Blue. Jifa says, I'm a few minutes behind too. Oh, you guys. Okay. All right, let me think of one, and then whoever gets it right is the winner of the final question. All right, so the question is going to be, I have to think about this. Ooh, this has to be good. Spencer says, in honor of our beautiful girl, Spencer says to Mona, you didn't go looking for someone or whatever. Mona's behind her in a black hoodie for the first time. What is Mona's response to Spencer? Spencer says, because you're AD. What does Mona say? Whoever gets Mona's quote right, her first quote in a hoodie, you are going to be the winner of the final question. Okay. Rena says, I'm so nervous about the finale. All the cast interviews say things like, it's someone you've seen but haven't. And Ian said at first he thought people won't buy this, but he later liked it. Yeah, like that has me all kinds of nervousness as well, Rena. You're not alone in that. It's really scaring me. Blair says, oh man, I just joined in. So sorry I'm late. No problems at all, Blair. Great to have you here. If you have any comments, questions, or theories at all, let me know. I'll get to it. So thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Rena says, really, really don't want a twin, lol. How would we know that? Exactly. How would we know? Like, I feel like that's a total betrayal if that's the case. Telia Ray says, if it's a twin, I will feel cheated. We've been there, done that with the twin mess. With which twin mess? Am I getting a bit confused here? Let me know. Rena says, Kenneth, congratulations, you're safe, Rena. Kathleen said something, but the message has been retracted. Sorry, Kathleen, write it again. Skylar says, it's slightly sunny here in the 70s. That'd be 70 degrees Fahrenheit. I need to work out what that is in Celsius. Sorry, you guys. Yeah, it's still raining. So again, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like full on bucketing outside. Well, what we call bucketing. I don't know if you guys call it that. Okay. Teely Ray says, Skylar, I agree about the Nicole storyline. It makes me so nervous. Yep, agreed. Michelle says, why hasn't Arya confided in Ezra about being blackmailed? The other couples are working together against AD. It does beg the question, doesn't it? Agreed. Blair says, it might have already been said, but Jason is definitely supposed to appear in 7/18. So someone said Jason was coming back. I will be really happy if he does in, which 7/18 is the next episode, right? No, I would absolutely love that, Blair, if that's the case. I've been missing Drew Van Acker quite a bit. T. Ray says 68 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny here in good old West Tennessee. Oh, I wish I was there right now because it's definitely not sunny here. Although you know what, you guys, I have to tell you a secret when it comes to the weather. I have never experienced snow live. And I'm sure a lot of you are going to come back to me and say you're not missing anything, but I do feel like I am. I would like to experience snow one day, so I hope I do. Not a big fan of rain, though. Well, if I'm inside, it's okay, but yeah. Okay. Jifa says, hey, Blair, in next... Oh, sorry. Well, I've missed a lot of things there, so give me a sec. Jifa says, yes, your reactions were worth the wait. Oh, thank you so much. Carly says, I have a link to a Reddit post with a close-up of the police report. Aria almost filed, if anyone wants me to link it. That would be awesome. Thank you, Carly. Blair says, if the promo really means that Arya gets arrested next week, maybe the red and blue lights behind her in 7/16 were really foreshadowing that. I called lol. What? Sorry, I'll reread it. If the promo really means that Arya gets arrested next week, maybe the red and blue lights behind her in 7/16 were really foreshadowing. Yeah, and you called it, did you? Awesome. Well done, Blair. Ellen says you finally figured it out. Something like that, right? Oh, yeah, you finally figured out? Yes, Ellen! Yes, that is definitely one of the things that Mona says. Congratulations, you are the winner of this question. Jifa says, yes, Carly, please. Rena says the line that I was thinking, congratulations, Spencer. Yeah, you finally figured it out. Yeah, so the two words in my mind were congratulations, Spencer. But yes, absolutely. Rena, you are also the winner of the final question. Blair says you figured it out. Yes, you're also the winner of this last question. Carly says, to Jifa, I will if Francois okays it. What are we okaying? Give me a sec. Oh, the Reddit post. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that'd be great if you can do that. Thanks, Carly. I'm absolutely okay with it. Go for it. I'd love to see it. Ellen says to Rena, that was it. I watched that episode a couple of days ago. I really need to work on my memory. Oh, yeah, see, but we're all like that. So it's not just you. Ashes Base, who I haven't seen for a while. Hey, Ashes, says, I think Mona is trying to crack the case on her own, but they're making it look like she is on a team. Yeah, they are. So it could just be she's on her own or she's investigating it for the girls. We really don't know. We'll have to wait and see what's going on there. T. Lee Ray says 68 degrees Fahrenheit is 20 degrees Celsius. Oh, that's nice. Compared to what we have, T. Lee Ray, that's actually really nice. So awesome. Thanks for converting it to Celsius there. I appreciate it. Jifa says, hey Blair, next week's promo, there were also police sirens in the background at Alison and Emily's place. I wonder if more than one girl will be arrested. Ooh, I wonder. Are they going to jail? Because if they are, I so call that. Suze Blue says, congratulations, Spencer. Suze Blue, you're also the winner of the final question. Well done. Kathleen says, no, I love snow. Not all the time, but at least once a year. Yeah, I definitely have not seen it. Like, I've seen it on TV. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen Gilmore Girls, but the way that Lorelai describes snow, it just makes me want to be a part of it even more. It's almost like Snow's her boyfriend. But yeah, like I haven't experienced it and I really need to, you guys. Like, I'm guessing it's much better than rain. Carly says, come to Germany, it snows almost all winter here. Yeah, that's what I've heard. One of my best friends is German, and my mother is Dutch, and it snows in Holland and in Germany all the time, and so definitely I want to experience it over there as well, and try and have a white Christmas, because we don't have that here. Like, well, you guys have snow and a beautiful white Christmas. We are like sweltering in the heat over here during Christmas. It's unbelievable. Kathleen says, I just love all the seasons. My friend, you guys know my friend, his favorite season is autumn. My favorite season used to be summer. It's winter now, but I mean, now that I'm cold, it's not winter, but you know, normally throughout the year I say winter. Ellen says, I love snow when it's fresh, but after a day, sometimes a couple of hours here in the Netherlands, yep, it becomes dirty and melted and it's disgusting. Oh, that's no good. Well, I'll definitely have to come along when there's like fresh snow falling. Teely Ray says, I love snow. Hope you can experience it one day. It just feels kind of magical to me. Then again, I live in the South and we don't get it often. Oh, at least you get it. Yeah, look, I definitely have to experience it, you guys. I have this fancy of experiencing snow. I've had it for a very long time, so hopefully I can do that. Again, just trying to catch up, guys. One sec. Carly says, I can't link it here. Oh no, Carly, I'm sorry to hear that. If you can find somewhere to link it, that'd be great. If you can't, when the video is uploaded, maybe you can put the link in the comments once the video is loaded. But yeah, like I would love to see it. So yeah, hopefully we can find a way. Blair says, snow, feel free to come and visit here in central New York. Anytime to see it live. It snows from about November through March, and there is lots of it. Oh, I so want to go to New York, like seriously. And I will. One day I will. I have a hunger to go to New York. I have a hunger to go to a lot of places, you guys, but definitely New York. AJ says, morning, got a blast, Jimmy Newton voice to class just popped in. No problems, AJ. Thank you so much for popping in. We appreciate that you were here. Maria Ann says, love Gilmore Girls. Yes, me too. I love it. Kathleen says, Lorelai, Snot is magic. Huge Gilmore fan. Yeah, totally. Love, love, love Gilmore Girls. Skylar says, okay, can we explain how Hannah managed to get a SAT score that says she's a genius and how she was doing smart things in season 4, I believe. Maybe Nolan Jenna thought she was AD, and that's why they took why they took her and tortured her. Also, we saw Hannah go dark too. Yes, we did, which could lead us to believe that she's AD or she's hiding something or something like that. Totally, Skylar. I've been wondering about that. And the girls don't acknowledge how smart Hannah is, do they? I mean, she's like seen as the funny one of the group, but she's like much smarter than she's getting credit for. Blair says, Lorelai and Rory were right. Give me a sec. Lorelai and Rory were right about snow. You can definitely smell it when it's about to fall. Aww. See, I wouldn't know. I took their word for it, but I'm glad you can confirm it. Michelle Johnson says, snow and Gilmore Girls reference. Totally right. Like, I mean, she loves snow. Like, I'm so happy for Lorelai when it snows. Carly says, oh, I am from Louisiana, so I know how you must feel. It's unbearably hot there all year round. I don't miss it at all. Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous, you guys. And like, it comes to Christmas and there is no, like, I love the song, but there is no chestnuts roasting on an open fire. here in Australia because it's too hot. Like we can't have any sort of a fire because there's a whole like fire warning and everything. It's just ridiculous. So one day I'm going to go to Europe or America or something and have a white Christmas for sure. Rena says, I can't wait to see the episode promo clip where Mona says something like, we swim around in this fishbowl like we're in control. We are not. There's always someone watching, manipulating. Yes, I remember that. And I would love to see that too. I'm with you on that. Irene says, makes AD sound so creepy. Doesn't it though? Blair says, I thought Mona's wall was similar to what we saw when Ezra was an A suspect. Yes, I agree. And when Toby and Caleb are trying to figure out who Redcoat is. Oh, yes. Very much a flashback to that. I feel like it's clearing Mona's AD though. Yeah, exactly, Blair. Don't know if you know this, but if you've been following my videos, you know how much I love Mona. So I was very sad when I saw that. But yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like it is clearing Mona's AD. Ellen says, yes, autumn is also my favorite season. Seeing the trees go from green to brown and everything outside looks golden brown. It looks so cozy outside. I love stormy weather when I'm inside. I agree with that. Like as I said, my friend does love autumn, but I agree with you. I love stormy weather when I'm inside. Like I love, especially like thunder and lightning and all that stuff. When I'm inside, I'm all about that, especially at nighttime. It's like a light show. But we don't here in Melbourne get hurricanes or anything like that. Do you guys, where you're from? And like, so I guess we're lucky that we don't have that here. So yeah, that's, I guess, good. But yeah, I agree with you. I love storms. Carly says, I will try to connect. Sorry, I'll try to comment on it once it's posted. Thank you so much, Carly. Much appreciated. Gabriella Delator is here. Hola! Just eating my salad while I watch the live chat before going to class. Oh, awesome. What class are you going to, Gabriella? I also think Mona is just trying to help the girls. Yeah, so that's definitely what some people are thinking. And if she's not AD, then I will be fine with that. But she's trying to help them. Ellen, I'm losing you, Ellen. Says, I always feel the need to go outside when it's pouring rain. I love it. Am I the only one? I used to be the same. Not so much anymore. But I will say, though, last year when the first time it rained after we had a very long, very hot summer, I ran outside into the rain and definitely enjoyed it. I may have made a YouTube video about running out into the rain. I don't know if I did or not, but it may be there. So if you look, you might find it. I don't know, but I think I did. I think I put it on YouTube going, oh my God, you guys, it's raining. But anyway, it might be on Facebook. I don't know. Anyway, Skylar says, yes, come to New York. Oh my God, I still have to go to New York and do so many things. As crazy as it sounds, I need to go to Times Square to see, what's his name? Harvey, is it Harvey? Harvey Levin? Because I love People's Court. Like, I know I never bring this up, but I love People's Court. So I have to go see Harvey Levin at Times Square. And yeah, just go and see all the lovely things in New York. Oh my God, like I have to go. I have to go, you guys. So I definitely will. Sarah says, we're still live. Had to pop off for a bit, but I'm back. Yes, we are, Sarah. We haven't stopped since you've been gone. We are definitely still here. Thank you for coming back. Maria Ann says, if it's not cold, Ellen, I don't mind being out in the rain. Oh, good on you. Maria Ann says, yes, Sarah, still live. Yeah, totally. We are still here. Blair says, Jifa, I noticed that too about the sirens in the extended scene. I'm not sure if there will be multiple arrests, but if Fury thinks multiple people killed Archer, multiple arrests make sense. Yes, absolutely agree. Denise says, I miss the mums getting drunk. Oh, me too. I mean, it was a simpler time, but I miss it too. I liked the mums, especially, was it Ella and Ashley? I loved that scene. That was so nice. Kathleen says, love stormy weather. Even used to love to sit on the porch and watch storms. Oh, I love that. I have watched storms outside, like under shelter, and I agree. I love it outside, inside, whatever. Yeah, totally love storms. love thunder, lightning, all of that. Sarah says, I love storms. I'm in Sydney and we don't really get hurricanes either. Yeah, that's right. I don't know if it gets hotter than Melbourne and Sydney, but it certainly gets hot in Sydney as well at Christmas time. So Sarah, I'm sure you can attest to that. There is no winter snow or anything like that. It's very hot when we get to Christmas because it's summer over here. Carly says, if any of you, like, I don't know if you guys follow tennis or not, but this is a great example. There's an event in Sydney. Is it called the APA International now or something like that? If you look at the courts, you can tell the players are baking. Same at the Australian Open. They are baking because it is so hot. And so the reason I bring that up is because you can tell just by looking at the court how hot it is in Australia in summer. It's very, very hot. Carly says, went through Hurricane Katrina when I was still in Louisiana. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. So good to have you here, Carly. Seriously, so happy you're still with us. That was terrible to hear about. I'm so sorry for everyone that went through that. Blair says, I heard that there is definitely kissing rock scene in one of the last episodes. That was so awesome. So I think the promo is showing Ellie and Emily getting married. The kissing rock is that couple's place. Yeah, it's so weird. I would love to see them getting married at the Kissing Rock. That'd be awesome. Michelle says, love thunderstorms as well. I don't worry about hurricanes, but tornadoes. Ah, yes. See, yeah, we don't get that here. So, yeah, the whole, like, bomb shelter and stuff that you guys have, we don't have a need for it here. But I feel so bad for you guys that happens. Carly says, well, the aftermath, sorry, Carly, give me a sec. Well, the aftermath thankfully evacuated before. I'm so glad that you did, Carly. It's really good that you're here. Blair says, Harvey and TMZ, he's great. NYC is the best. By the way, we don't say Z in Australia, we say Z, but I'm happy to say Z. Harvey and TMZ, he's great. NYC is the best. Totally, I have to like go to Harvey and say something. You guys, little secret about me. Yes, I live in Australia, but I feel like I've studied like American law for as long as I can remember, US federal law and certain state laws, thanks to the People's Court. But yeah, I so have to go and be a part of that. Skylar says, oh my God, Blair, yes, I heard that too about the Kissing Rock. Yeah, I didn't know. That's awesome. I hope it happens. Skylar says, I wonder if it's a flashback scene. Well, we'll see if it's a flashback or if they get married there, but it will make sense, right? Ellen says, can we get your Instagram so we can tag you in the theories? Yes, I will have to get it for you. I know someone has me on Instagram. I have to get it for you guys. I'll leave it in the comments when the video uploads. I'll connect it to, I should connect it to my channel. I think you can do that, so I'll do that. Carly says, the actor for Detective Fury, I don't know if I spelled that right, that's fine, I know what you mean, isn't listed for the rest of the season. Oh, that's awesome. Do you think something happens to him? I don't know, it might. I wouldn't complain, but I don't know, it certainly could. Sarah says 45-degree heat waves in summer here in Sydney. Definitely no snow. Yeah, exactly. 45 degrees Celsius. And you guys, I've been to Sydney in summer twice. No, 3 times. Wow, there you go. 3 times I've been to Sydney in summer. Yeah, it gets very hot up there as well. So yeah, not pretty. And if you can sit by an air conditioner, you definitely do. Skylar says, yes, Carly, I think so because Tana will be back and I really like her. Yay. So that could be good. Like Tana could come in and sort of replace Marco in a way. Carly says, yes, Tana was listed. I like her too. Yeah, it'd be great to see her back. Like, I know we all had our issues with her while she was there, but you know that whole saying, you don't know what you've got till it's gone? I miss Tana. I do. Rena says, yeah, Fury wore out his welcome with me. Lol, I'm over him. His hotness doesn't make up for on Spencer. I agree. Like, he is hot, you guys. Like, that's the tea. But, no. Like, yeah, it doesn't make up for it. Carly says, love. We love you, Carly. Skylar says, Tana is funny and she brings pressure. I wonder if Ezra might have encountered AD and didn't realize it. And the answer is in his book. Ooh, I wonder. I would love to get a copy of that book and read it. Seriously, you guys, how many of us would love if Marlene could release the book? Like, I would love to read it, seriously. Rena says, Francois, have you seen the show Stranger Things? It is a really good one. So that's the one. You guys give me 1 second. I need to write it down. Sorry. Because I wanted to get on to that the other day and I totally forgot what it was called. It's called Stranger Things. I'm definitely going to be getting into it because a lot of you guys are recommending it to me. So I've written it down. I'm definitely going to be getting into that one for you guys. Skylar says, Janelle said everyone discovers AD at different points in the show. I wonder how is that going to happen for everyone? Yeah, I wonder. What do you guys think? Do you have a theory? Blair says to Carly, awful, Detective Tanner is returning, so maybe you're right and something happens to him. Or I had a thought when we learned Fury's history that Tanner is his mum, who he has a bad relationship with. Certainly possible. I can see that happening. I can see her being his mum. Actually, oddly enough, makes a lot of sense, Blair. Gabriella says, I saw a crazy theory yesterday that it showed how Toby can be AD. How would you feel about that? I don't know. When we had that reveal when Mona went up the stairs at the Radley and this hoodie turned around and it was Toby, it was a huge shock to me. I felt all kinds of betrayed, but at the same time, it made me really excited. So I don't know. I have to see how I feel in the moment, but it wouldn't be terrible. Like, you know how you guys know that, because I keep saying, I don't want it to be CC, I don't want it to be a twin, yada, yada. My whole list of I don't want that I'm sure you guys know by now. It's quite extensive. Toby is fine. Like, I'm fine for Toby to be AD. Carly says to Blair, very interesting theory, right? Blair says, thanks, Carly. Marianne says, yes, I would love to read Ezra's book too. I know, I feel like we'll get a lot of answers from Ezra's book. Or will AD read the book to the liars? That could be interesting. What if AD is Ezra, you guys? I know about the theory of Arya and Ezra being the author, and some people think Ezra could be AD. But yeah, like, if Ezra's AD and he reads the book to the liars, that would be interesting. Michelle said, I would read Ezra's book as well. Yeah, totally, right? Ellen says, I thought Toby could be A, but seasons ago. Read a theory about Toby and Jenna getting revenge for the Jenna thing, but now not Toby as AD. I could get on board with that. I could get on board with, at one time, they were doing it together and then Toby bowed out because of Spencer. But if Jenna is AD, I will still be very, very, very happy. Blair says, releasing Ezra's book for real would be amazing. I know, right? I don't know if anyone used to watch Lost, but the book Bad Twin was in season 1, but you could buy it and read it, and it had clues about series. No, I actually didn't watch a lot of Lost, but hey, like, I can get how people would love that, and I feel like it would definitely be the same if Ezra releases, if we release Ezra, if they release Ezra's book. Ellen says, I love Sense8. That show is amazing. It starts slow, but once you're further in the series, it's amazing. Okay, I'll certainly look into it. Is it a mystery show? I'm actually, like, literally writing these down, you guys. If they're mysteries, I definitely want to check them out because I feel like we can do all sorts of theorizing with them. Okay. Have I really gotten to the end of the comments? Oh my God, that's awesome. But do you guys have anything else you want to discuss about this episode? Certainly let me know. We're probably going to be going for another 13 minutes, which would make it a 2-hour chat, you guys. So we have done well again, and that's because you guys are so totally fabulous. All right. Denise says, guys, whatever happened to Andrew Campbell? That is such a good point. Where is he? It's so random. Like, he was listening to that thing on his laptop and then suddenly he's gone. Like, where is he? We never heard of him after the Dollhouse. Yeah, exactly. If I remember correctly, he was adopted. Could he be Andrew Drake? So yeah, that was the theory that was going around. Where is Andrew? Like, yeah, I honestly don't know. I wish I did. Yeah, okay, so if you guys have any more questions or theories or whatever, let me know, because we are going to be wrapping this up in 13 minutes. But I do want to say, before we go any further, thank you so much for all of your comments and questions and everything. Thank you to those of you who were, like, full on saying, where's your theory video? We need your theory video. We want to know your reaction. Like, I so appreciate that, you guys. I was like, oh my God, they really want to see it. Like, I mean, I know you guys do, and I'm sorry that I was late. It couldn't be helped. But the fact that you guys were telling me how much you wanted to see it, I really appreciate it. The fact that some of you like really empathized with my Mona situation was awesome. The fact that some of you saw the Mona situation and thought of me, oh my God, thank you. That's so sweet. Because let me tell you, my reaction was not pretty. And it was like 100 times worse than what I showed on the video. So seriously, I don't know if I should ever do a live reaction video, but I know you guys want me to. So I might do a live reaction video for the next episode. If you guys want that, let me know. If you want that for the next episode, and I can try and do a live reaction video, but I just don't know where you guys will be when I'm watching it. So it will be one of those like the secret chat thing, 5-minute warnings, and if you can make it, yay. Because I honestly don't know what time I'm going to be watching it at this stage, but I'll do it if you guys would like to see it. Yeah, I think we're pretty much nearly done. Where are we? I don't know. Right. Just give me a sec, you guys. Sorry about this. Okay, here we are. So Blair says, unfortunately, the actor who played Andrew Campbell had some real-life legal troubles. That's right. I forgot about that. They were saying something about that. So I think he doesn't agree on the show anymore because of it, which is really sad, you guys. Like, I don't know what the issue was, so I can't really comment on the severity of it because I don't know. But if it was a minor mistake, then I feel bad for him. If it was huge, then obviously it's a different story. But I can't really comment because I don't know the severity. All I know is that it was legal troubles. So. Maria Ann, you tried to comment, but your message was retracted, so I don't know what's going on there. Comment again. Sarah says, they said they would answer everything, so who knows how they will answer the Andrew thing. Yeah, exactly. Who knows? I'm so looking forward to that after school special thing, you guys. The moment we know exactly what the title is, I thought I knew, but I think what I saw was just someone's idea of what it is. But the moment you guys know what the title of the show after the finale is called, please let me know, because I want to know what's called. Ellen says, it is kind of a mystery show. It's about 8 people from all over the world, so you get all the cultures, and I love my diversity on TV. That's awesome. Who can connect with each other and take on their skills and knowledge. Cool. I'm certainly going to check it out. Skylar says, is it weird that season 6, episode 11, where AD is born, it starts with the line that Ariel Hannah says, hang a sign that bitch can see. Just trying to, let me read that again. So, is it season 6, episode 11, where AD is born? Oh, yeah. It starts with the line that Ariel Hannah says, hang a sign that bitch can see. It does? I don't remember that being the case, but that's awesome. Does that mean that Jenna is AD? Does that mean Ari is AD? I don't know, but wherever it's going, I love that, because if you guys know me, you know that's one of my favorite lines. Like, actually, oh, have you guys lost me? Oh, I hope you guys hadn't lost me there. What I was saying was, as far as Skylar's comment is concerned, I love that line, hang a sign, bitch can see. Oh, sorry, I said a swear. But yeah, I do love that line. Bless says, but they never gave him an exit. Are we talking about Andrew? Because if that's what you're talking about, I agree. Carly says, the actor who played Andrew was arrested, I think, so he couldn't continue. Yes, that's what we're saying, but do we know what for? Ellen says she likes what Skylar says. Yeah, I completely agree. Blair says, Blair's agreeing with Carly. Skylar has flied by. Skylar says, yeah, where is Andrew? And thank you, Ellen. And Andrew is adopted to, is Andrew adopted to like, or Andrew is adopted to like Noel. Yeah, Andrew is adopted. Is Noel adopted? That I didn't know. So Arena says, wonder if we should be suspecting Ali. Maybe she hasn't changed at all. I don't know how I feel about Ali as AD though. I don't want Ali to be AD. I would like to see her be redeemed, but I do think it's a possibility. Gabriella says, I have to go now, but thanks for everything. This is always fun. You're so welcome, Gabriella. Thank you for coming. You're not going to miss much. We're going to be finishing at 1 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is in about 7 minutes. Skylar says, Rena, I think Ali is part of the dollhouse, and the CC reveal was a rehearsal with Ali. Yeah, it could definitely be. Now, you guys, just quickly before I go any further, I just want to say something to you guys. So when we get to 2 o'clock, I do have to go. But what I'm realizing is that when I go, the chat actually stays active. And I think some of you guys have noticed this as well. So if you guys want to keep like typing away to each other, I am so fine with that. I don't know how long it takes for the chat to be inactive, but you guys can certainly feel free to keep talking to each other. I do come on and say hi to you guys very quickly after I turn off the video, but you can certainly keep typing to each other. That's not a problem at all. Just wanted to let you know in case you thought that my video chat over means you guys can't keep talking to live chat, because you certainly can. Okay. Skylar says, yeah, no, I read that. IJ says, if you're doing a live reaction video, don't put the audio for PLL because I think it's copyright. Okay, thank you for that, IJ. I won't. I appreciate you saying that to me. I will have to work out how to deal with the audio then. Michelle says, I would love to do a live reaction video if you're watching PLL. Yeah, so I definitely have to work that out. I know that someone that I follow had an issue with that copyright thing before. I definitely don't want to like do that. I feel like I have learnt a lesson there by what that person went through. And fortunately, it all worked out for that person. But yeah, I definitely don't want to be in that situation. So I might have to talk to that person. I think you guys know what I'm talking about, but I may have to talk to that person and see how they ended up doing it. Because yeah, I don't want to be in that situation. Michelle, I've read your thing. Denise says, Skylar, yeah, Andrew was adopted. When Ezra and Io tried to get medical records on him, it was revealed that they were still due to his adoption. Exactly right. Kiss I Shall says, I think something, you've gone though. I think The Mentalist, Sherlock, and Jonathan Creek is a good watch. I've seen some of The Mentalist, have not seen Sherlock, and haven't seen Jonathan Creek. So I'll write them down and certainly check them out. You guys are so totally awesome. Because I need new stuff to watch anyway, especially with PLL running out. So thank you. And Kissy, I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Have some broth, sweetie, and just try and relax. But I'm so happy that you're here, though. That's a lot of dedication. Maria Ann says, the actor that played Andrew apparently pulled a gun on his neighbor. Oh, my God. Okay, then that makes sense. Okay, I thought it was something minor, so that's pretty big. Okay, Maria, so thank you for that, Maria. At least now we understand. Blair says to Skylar, yep, that was one of the lines as he went down the halls of Rosewood High to his classrooms. Hannah's line about Carpe Hottie was in there too. Oh my God, I forgot that line, Carpe Hottie. Carly says, I Googled it, alleged assault. Yeah, okay. So that's a pretty serious charge. Ellen says, it's funny, I always start listening to the live chats and end up commentating a lot because I get so involved. I love that you do. That's awesome, Ellen. Kathleen says, thank you again for bringing this to us and giving us a place to hash out all of our ideas. You are so totally welcome. I will definitely be continuing to do this. I love our chats, you guys. And it's because of you guys. I mean, yeah, like I may make this live chat, yeah, I may turn the camera on and get it started, but it's you guys that make this work. And don't think it goes unnoticed, because it doesn't. Like, seriously, I come to these live chats and I see one person waiting in the room with 2 minutes to go and go, oh my God, there's going to be like one person here. But then suddenly it just lights up and we get all these comments. You guys are the reason this works. And I can't thank you enough for your dedication, for tuning in, for coming to these chats. You guys are the best family that I ever could have asked for. Mwah. A big thank you to all of you. I'll read a couple more comments and then I'm going to have to go. Jifa, where are you, Jifa? We're up to Jifa. Jifa says, brandish a knife and gun against his neighbor. Yeah, that's really scary. Rena says, Francois, thank you for having these wonderful chats. They are so fun and such nice people. You are awesome. Love ya. You are so welcome, Rena. And I agree. Like, everyone's so nice and lovely and supportive of one another. And that is so cool. To think, honestly, that I went through the majority of PLL without you guys. It's almost hard to believe. Like, I feel so blessed and so lucky that we're all together. And one of the reasons I don't want PLL to end is because I hope that the family doesn't end. So if you guys can stay with me if I keep doing mystery shows, I would really appreciate that. But either way, you guys are totally awesome. And don't think it's gone unnoticed that some of you have watched my Your Opinion videos. Thank you so much. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting comments on these now. So I was very surprised with that. So thank you. Kathleen says, just a quickie, did you watch the miniseries of the remake of Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None? Awesome, although didn't exactly follow the book. No, I didn't see it, but certainly I'll take your recommendation. Sounds good. Blair says, love these chats. I have to go, but I can't wait for the next one. We can't wait to have you back, Blair. Thank you so much for being here. Maria Ann says, hope everyone has a good day or night. Yeah, we do for you too, Maria Ann. Ellen says, thank you, Francois. You're one of the sweetest persons I've ever met. Even though I haven't really met you, but you get me, right? You're amazing. Oh, thank you. No, I totally get what you're saying because I feel the same about all of you guys. Like, we haven't met in person, obviously. But, you know, I feel the love and I feel like we all feel the love. And I've said this many times, one of the greatest things I love about this family, and one of the reasons I call it a family, is because even when I go away, you guys are chatting amongst yourselves, and it's just so beautiful. All my brothers and sisters, and of course my lovely mom. And I love you guys. You're totally amazing. So, mwah, thank you. Like, who knew? When I did that video, I don't remember the video that really made all this happen, but I feel like it's the I Know Who AD Is theory video. I honestly had no idea what would happen. For all I knew, there would be no views on that and nothing would come of it. And look at where we are now. I'm still quite shocked about that to this day. So a big heartfelt thank you to all of you who are part of our family. Sleep well. You too, Ellen. Sleep well. Michelle says, this was so much fun. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks for all your comments. I really appreciate them. Kissy Eyeshell says, I know I'm new, but I love these chats. We love you, Kissy Eyeshell. Don't think we don't. Mwah. Thank you. Sarah says, and you're so nice, and I like that it's a few regulars on here, so it's family. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, we do get new people all the time, and I love the new guys as well. You guys are awesome. Thanks. I do love that we keep getting people back all the time, and it's like the regulars. It's, yeah, exactly. It's really awesome. So thanks, Sarah. We love you. Jifa says, ciao, everyone. Thank you, Francois, for bringing us all together. I hope you can see and hear me. I think I'm having some issues here with the freezing. I hope that's not the case. Denise says, this is so much fun. Thank you for your time and attention. Love you. Mwah. Love you too, Denise. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Teely Ray says, this was lovely. Thank you. You're very welcome. Ellen says, oh, also I loved how involved you are with your subscribers, like remembering Kissy Eyeshell is sick, remembering I am from the Netherlands, says a lot about you. Well, I mean, I really do love you guys. Like, when I say to you guys that you are my family, I really mean that. Like, I don't know, like, some people might think it's weird or whatever, but it's true. Like, you guys are my family, and I love you, and that's why I invest all of this time, but it doesn't feel like it's like time that's taken or whatever. It just comes naturally, and it's because of you guys, because you're all just totally awesome. So thank you. I mean, it could have been completely different, and it could have been that, I don't know, everyone hated my videos or they all just had negative things to say. I mean, I'm open to constructive criticism, but that's not what happened. And, you know, you guys give the love and, you know, just right back at you. It certainly touches me, and I appreciate it. Sarah says, haha, but everyone is searching YouTube for theory videos, so you were definitely going to get views. Yeah, but I didn't know. Like, I didn't know how many views I was going to get. I did theory videos when Cece was and I didn't get, like, full-on the amount of subscribers that I have now. So, you know, it can go both ways, but still, I do appreciate it. Skylar says, thank you for your videos. This totally made my morning. Mwah, Skylar, you're so welcome. Sarah says, 1 a.m., time for you to go. It totally is. I don't want to stop reading the comments, but I do have to go. So I'll shout out Teely Ray, Maria, and then I'll have to go. Teely Ray says, do any of the rest of you do videos? I love to support other Francois family members. Totally. If you guys do, let us know. I know that Megan sent me something earlier today about a theory video that she's done, so we have to support her. And Maria Ann says, I don't think it's weird. You don't need to meet in person to have connections with people. So true, and I definitely feel that with you guys. All right, you guys, you're right. It's actually 1:02, so I definitely have to go. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are totally amazing. Yeah, so if you didn't make it to live chat, that's totally fine. AD already told me that they couldn't make it, so that's fine, AD. Hopefully you watch it when it gets uploaded. Certainly comment below and let me know like anything that you thought about the chat, or if it's something didn't come up in the chat. When do you guys want to do the unanswered questions video? Because I definitely want to get into that. And yeah, let's keep this going. Do not forget, I'm going to do the Q&A tomorrow. That will be happening tomorrow. There won't be a delay, I promise you. My friend won't be there, unfortunately, because as I say, he is really busy, but he does thank you all for your kind words. But yeah, otherwise, see you tomorrow for the Q&A. And yeah, let me know when you want to do the unanswered questions chat, because I feel like we could potentially do that really soon. So that'd be great. All right, guys, are you ready? We're going to say it. Here we go. 2 can keep a secret if one of them is a D, and I can't wait to see who it is, even if it's not Mona. Yeah, subscribe, watch the videos, all that. Mwah. I love you, love you, love you, love you all more. Bye, guys. Mwah.